So this is the garden. And this is a little garden, but it really is amazing that I have here, I think I have over 400 herbs. The wonderful thing about an herb garden is that you don't have to go to the supermarket and buy for $2 or sometimes even more a little bunch of chives like this, which you will use a little bit, they will wilt in 3 days and they're gone. So here I have fresh every single day. I don't have to think about herbs. I never buy them. When you buy an herb in the supermarket, it's already 3 days old. And it hardly has any taste compared to the ones that grow in your yard. We had this garden, we moved in, and nothing was growing here, nothing. So when I finished working as a pastry chef, I decided, okay, the garden would be a good idea to see what's happening and take classes. I learned the most important thing is that the soil in your garden is everything. You will have healthy plants always if your soil is healthy, and mine wasn't. My garden was clay. When you fix your soil, because you have all clay soil in Santa Barbara, don't take the clay away. Don't just kind of bring all new soil. You have to fix what you have or it won't work. And and clay is good because clay holds water. So you need a little bit of clay. You need compost, so it holds water too. You want the water to drain. For that, you make a hole like a gallon of milk, and you make that hole, you fill it with water, and once the water is all gone, you fill it again. And if it takes more than 8 hours to drain, then you need to fix your soil. The next step in the process is really important. Start small. Don't start big. See if you like it, see how much time it takes. So I started with these 2 beds, the front 2 beds. That was it. And I started liking it. So then I went to the next 2 beds. The next year I went 2 more, and the next year the rest. Which herbs to buy? First, you have to make a list of what you like to eat. So what are the herbs that you're buying in the supermarket right now? Those are the first ones you have to plant. And that's probably what? Cilantro, chives, thyme, oregano, and basil. So you start with the ones that you are buying all the time in the supermarket, and then you'll taste them here. You can buy them in the supermarket and taste those, and then you realize, okay, I'm never going back. We have a couple of basils here. I have others over there. This is a pesto basil, and these are the sweet Italian basil, or Genovese. So I will take a stem, and when you are cutting down your plant, you don't want to pinch here because that does nothing. It will flower anyway. You have to go way down, and where these nodules are, where you have 2 leaves coming up, you have to cut just above that. Okay, there. And then your plant in 2 weeks will grow back. And so make sure that you can cut as down as you want. It doesn't matter, but as long as you cut on top of the nodules, then you'll be fine, and you'll have basil all summer. You can also cut a stem, you put it in water, and it will root in probably 7 days. And then you bring it out, and you can have all summer the clone. You know, if you like the plant, then you'll have this all summer. You shouldn't plant any herbs from seed because it won't work. They cross-pollinate, so when you get the seeds, you don't know what you're getting. And in general, 95% of the time, it won't be what you think, and it will be tasteless. So if you go to a nursery, taste it. And if you like it, buy it. Herbs are easy to grow. They are not like vegetables. They don't, first of all, I don't fertilize them. I do put, only when I plant them, at the point when I plant them, I make a hole. I put 1 handful of blood meal, a handful of bone meal. I fill the hole with water and put the plant in, and that's it. There's no more fertilizer in the life of that plant. You have to think when you are watering your garden that all of these roots, especially the annuals, are not more than 1 foot deep. So you're not going to be watering there for half an hour, watering and watering. Watering what? So just, if you keep in mind that you're watering 1 foot, that's it. You shouldn't be touching any of the leaves. They hate that. So I would put water here on the root of the plant, And just for this plant, I just leave it there, make sure that I don't water anything else, just the plant. And then maybe on this side also. And that's it. And this one really doesn't want any more water for 2 weeks. If you were to water only very little, you think you're saving water, but the roots of the plant will come all the way up and the plant will get sick. Where like this, if the roots are deep, the water stays there because of the compost. Herbs need a haircut constantly. They like it. Like if you let them grow wild, first they don't look good. The perennials, you really can cut as much as you want. In the winter, be a little bit more careful, because if you want to eat from that plant all winter, then, you know, just don't, like in the summer, I don't care. 2 weeks and it's all back. But in the winter, I'm a little more careful to take what I will use. The annuals are the ones that you have to cut constantly. Once they flower, they're over. So you have to keep harvesting them so they don't flower, especially basil. When a plant is stressed, they will immediately get pests and diseases. And the plant gets stressed because something is wrong with the soil or something is wrong with your watering. I have all beneficial insects here. My garden is 100% organic, so nothing hurts them. I will not put anything in it that I can't eat from the box. So there's nothing, right? Nothing, only water. So I make sure that my plants attract also the beneficial insects. That's really important to me, and it's very important to sit there, and this is my little theater, and I look at the hummingbirds, and I look at the bees, and I tell you, it's impossible to be depressed that way.
From beauty to low maintenance, there are many benefits to having an herb garden, but perhaps the most rewarding is getting to finally taste the fruits of your labor.